viewers. My name is Ephraim Blessing, and you're welcome to another edition of The Music Reel. I remain your host. And with me today on the set, I have engineer Titilope Theophilus. Engineer Titi, you're welcome to the studio.
And thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, please, my viewers would like to know more about you. So can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Titilope in full, Theophilus. I'm from Ogun State, Nigeria. I was born here. And I started my musical career at very young, at the tender age of maybe 12 or thereabout. My parents never wanted me to do music, like most other stories that you hear about. They kind of went against it. You had to be an accountant or into banking and all of that. Okay. So, but I fought it here and there. Started playing, though my dad was an organist and a pastor also. He just felt you have to do something else with your life. But that was the life I chose, Then I started doing that, playing for churches. Then later on, went very professional. I had to leave the house because of that. Yeah, it was some very dark years, And then, so many years, I think about 13 years ago, I started to do sound. Because I was tired of what I was seeing while playing instrument for bands, for churches. I was just tired of 3 months, 2 months of rehearsals, then one engineer would just come and mess everything up. So I went to go and study live audio engineering, and we're here today. So I do music, I do sound, especially live sound, for concerts and events.
Okay, your answers right now just led me to my next question for you.
Okay.
Yes. So my next question is, what are the experiences that you've gathered so far working with musicians, and now that you're a sound engineer? So what are the experiences that you've had?
Okay, I've always had this thing for perfection, something like that, So when I started off, I discovered that a lot of people are not clearly defined, so they're wrongly applied. They're not clearly defined. You just jump into doing stuff, maybe because other people are doing it. In the middle of the game, you ask them a question, why are you doing this? They say, actually, I don't know. And such people probably would have been the source of factors, negative factors over time in their churches, bands, and all of that. They're causing problems because they're just in the wrong space. That's what I noticed. So I told myself I was going to do anything in life. I'll be part of those people making the change, not just complaining. The easiest thing is to stay back and say, this is a very bad football team, as a spectator. But it's not easy to go there and play the ball itself, So I've seen a lot of misplaced people find themselves in choirs, in bands, so there's no result. That's number one. Then the people that are actually doing the thing, okay, I'm supposed to sing, I'm supposed to play music. They don't go to the route, the proper route of training, of being mentored. They don't like to read. Yeah, somebody's playing a keyboard, doesn't want to study the theory behind what he's doing, just like to bang away, And when time comes, like maybe for an audition, they ask you, what chord are you playing? So I'm just playing it. What inversion are you using? And for singers too, same thing. They don't know their parts. Everything just wishy-washy. And the end game is always money, money, money. Let me get paid. There'll be a time that whatever you're not deep with will expose you somewhere. Somewhere you just expose you. So my plan is to go on the route of educating people. For me, every 10 years of your life, you should have something to do next. Okay, I've done this for 10 years. This is my next life now. On or before 50, I want to release my book on these things, sound and music and all of that, to sensitize people on what to do. If you want to start right, it will actually take you very far. Instead of just doing it anyhow and I hope that you become a mega star. So I've discovered a few of those challenges. We're not deep, we're not clearly defined. So we chunk out, I don't want to use the word rubbish online, but at least you get rubbish music, rubbish presentations, and people are not confident enough to even be with their counterpart out there. You meet anybody that's not Nigerian, it becomes a problem. They can't even discuss technically or musically. Yeah. It's even worse off with my sound now that I've discovered. I went into sound because I think 2007, I was opportunity to play with Michael Bolton. He came here to Nigeria here, Antimidakolu. And I discovered that the guy that mixed up the sound was just anyhow. So I vowed that the 2007, after today, no more play music.
You're going to go into sound.
Seriously. Then before I went into sound, I had to check all my seniors, who I've been doing it for years. I've been hearing their names. Because most of them are not schooled, they're not certified. It's just uncle help me, like the way you do driving school. You don't go to driving school. One uncle just train this clutch, this. I start killing people, So, so I went to audio school and I got trained and all of that. And here I am. I can lecture. I do the sound. I lecture. I train people, so at least people will not be acting in ignorance anymore. That's my solution. Musically and sound-wise, you need to get informed. Formally. That's the next level now. There's internet now. There's no room for hiding anymore. Go get informed. Clear up nonsense you'll be doing. And most times it's very difficult for people who had been there for 20 years to not start over again. That's another issue. Very difficult for them. They've been very popular for 20 years. If you tell them, sir, man, what you're doing is wrong. What? Do you know me? All those times, So that's my solution. Come into the game and get things done properly. Moving forward.
Wow. Okay, that's a wonder. Even me, I've learned a lot from what you just said right now. you are like an embodiment of a lot of information and wisdom already. Okay, so I want you to, if you are given the privilege to speak to our government on things that they can do, policies they can put in place to better help music, engineering, sound production, everything music, what would be your advice to them, to the government, that is?
Okay, I will let me say, I will patronize them by saying, you need to make more money, not only with oil. Okay. Yes, if you check, there's a budget in US and some other developed countries for entertainment. As you can do a movie with $200 million, $500 million, and be making billions around the world, So beyond oil, that we are cleaning ourselves on here, just let the government know that there's money in this thing. So make it an industry. It's not, we don't have budget for movies in this country now. It's only budget for cow and some other things, They don't have budget for entertainment as an industry. And sound, music comes under that. Yeah, even with the movie industry, they have microphones, they have the sound engineers and all of that there. So my advice is just to patronize them by saying that money you're looking for is in this place, entertainment. And they should just check some nations of the world who are smiling to the bank by just making it like a formal industry where they give a budget to it, it's well organized and all of that. Then I'm trying on my own, I'm trying something online to synthesize the people doing this sound, because you invest money, like this is a studio now. You invest money, millions upon millions. Somebody comes in and claims to have done something with Michael Jackson, And the person comes in and destroys equipment in a few months because you're using trial and error. So I organized a group on Facebook, and right now I think we are the largest online for that purpose, for sound engineers in the whole of Facebook.
What do you guys do?
Well, that's where we scrutinize ourselves. You do a bad event, we'll bring your video in. Why is this like this? If it's good, like the guy that did Burna Boys and was on the group, I think in Madison Square. I brought the video, thanked everybody. We'll praise you there if you do well. Do nonsense, we'll shut you down. There were 94,000 in 3 years plus. Wow. I started that some 3 years plus ago. That's my own contribution to that. So I would tell the government, please, focus your attention here. There's money just slipping away. Instead of us fighting about oil and politics and government allocations,